season 4 of the Love Show, where we grapple with the question, what is love? Today we want to know if love is parenting. Is love parenting? We've asked this before in seasons 1, 2, and 3 of the Love Show. And now, today, we are going to get to the bottom of this conundrum. Are parents love? Do all parents love? That is to say, are all parents loving? No. But I'd like to think that most at least give loving their children a college effort. Years ago, an old shaman told me that loving, just loving, your children is half the battle in parenting. It might even be the whole thing. Experts say that we parents must find a balance between discipline and love. Then there's tough love. I personally don't believe there is any such thing. I have found the term tough love to be thrown around only by those who are just simply too lazy to parent. I was the victim of tough love. My mother kicked me out when I was 17. Before I graduated high school, of course, she kept collecting child support from my dad, so she knew that she was technically responsible for me until I was 18. But I guess she thought she'd get a jump on getting me out of her life. My neighbor robbed the house, so whether I lived there or not, she would have been my neighbor and she would have robbed the house. I guess my mother thought I did it. I didn't rob my own house. That's silly. Anyway, so my mother called that tough love. And my mother herself had never been homeless. She did not know or understand homelessness. Gotten on the case of some parents online who thought they'd kick their kids out and that'd be good for them. Tough love. And I simply asked them, have you ever been homeless? Have you ever lived out on the streets? It's really hard to come back from that. And they were like, no, I've never been homeless. Then how do you know if that will be good for your child? Now, as a parent, I don't believe in tough love. I don't believe that it exists. What happened to me was tough something, but love is not the word that comes to mind. So I have 3 children. I guess that sort of makes me an expert, though we're rarely counted parents as parental experts for whatever reason. I raised 4 or more. after my stepdaughter went off to college, for a while we had what I called an alternating fourth. We kept ending up with an extra kid staying with us or traveling with us, and I always treated them like my own. I treated my stepdaughter like she was my own. And how is that? With love. I actually had a critical alternating fourth. This kid, he wasn't really a kid. Maybe that's what made him not an authentic alternating fourth. But he was quite a bit older than all the other alternating fourths. And he would tell me that I was being too hard on the children. And then in the same day would tell me that I was somehow also too easy on them. This from a person who had no children of his own, but had no problems mooching off of my family and criticizing me. It was then that I realized that I must be finding some sort of balance in my parenting. If I'm both too hard and too easy, I must be just right somewhere in there, right? At least that's what I was thinking. In a short video online entitled "Every Parent Needs to Know This One Simple Truth," Dr. Shafali says that parents can't accept their children for who they are because the parents don't accept themselves for who it is they are. Let me say that again. This is a direct quote from Dr. Shafali. She says parents can't accept their children for who they are because the parents don't accept themselves for who it is they are. I find this to be true. In our self-love episode, we found that one simply cannot love another without first loving the self. Dr. Shafali goes on to say that to truly love someone, this is a direct quote, to truly love someone, it's truly loving the other for who it is they are, with no you in the picture. They don't have to love you back. They don't have to need you. They don't have to agree with you. They don't have to adhere to you. Now try loving your child for who it is they are. When researching for this show, I found an article from the HuffPost from way back in 2012 by Dr. L. Robert Furman entitled "A Parent's Unconditional Love." In the article, he frames what is and isn't unconditional love and says, unfortunately, sometimes parents feign unconditional love to make up for the fact that they are not willing to give their children the valuable time needed to properly parent. Too lazy to parent. He also cites helicopter parenting as going too far the other direction and says that children need balance. I was originally going to do this show on harmony. Is love harmony? But I found next to nothing on the subject anywhere. So here we are at parenting. So I also found an article from the New York Times dating way back to 2009 entitled "When Parents I Love You Means Do As I Say," by author Alfie Kohn. Alfie states that the primary message of all types of conditional parenting is that children must earn a parent's love, which is not how it should be. Thusly, unconditional love is the way, right? This is how it looks from the facts unfolding here. So I also found a super recent, shiny new article and or study from 2020. That's this year. From the folks at Science Daily from the University of Michigan, entitled Love Matters: How Parents' Love Shapes Children's Lives. The study shows that when spouses love each other, children stay in school longer and marry later in life, suggesting that not just parents, but that the whole family unit is love. Or can be love, should be love. So what I have found here is that healthy, real love for your child is parenting. Therefore, parenting is love. And at best, it should be unconditional love. Children need it to be unconditional. We have established here at the Love Show that love is not sex. Here in season 4, I just want to cover that. Just want to throw that out there. So when I refer to love here, I'm never referring to sex, especially in reference to children. Children are not equipped for sex, not physically, not mentally, not emotionally. Sex is not for children. And sex is not love. So parenting is definitely not sex. But someone does have to do the deed somewhere, or maybe just the sperm and the egg. But even at that molecular level, love gives the child extra, more, a better foundation on which to build. Love between parents, love of other siblings. I bet even love of pets and plants helps children, at the very least, have a good grasp on what loving is. If you love your pets and love your friends and love your plants around your children, I'm sure it rubs off on them, right? If they see love in action, they love in action. I used to run free kitchens, and my children got to watch me also love my fellow man and woman, which for me was important. My kids will never be those people who yell, "Get a job," at someone flying a sign on the side of the road. But even with that, I had to draw a line and set a boundary so my children weren't getting cheated out of my love or out of food. So I did. Balance is real important. But I think today we found that love is healthy parenting. And that healthy parenting is unconditional love. We proved here at the Love Show that truth is love. So when I say unconditional love, I don't mean going along with everything and enabling and rewarding bad behavior. If your child is being bad, you should tell them they are being bad, because truth is love. Just do it with love. I wrote a song for my son when he graduated from high school, entitled "With Love from Mom." And my life advice for him was Do everything with love. Love is good parenting. Want to be a good parent? Do it with love. Love! Mother Teresa, who we found here at the Love Show, to herself be love. She said, if you want to change the world, go home and love your family. She was right. I love you. Thanks for watching. Love! A Mililli Studios production.